Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's kind of shocking to think that we're almost done with this game, you know? Well, the first game in the trilogy is what I meant. You know that. Anywho, last time we heard the final parting words of Jake Marshall and learned a little bit more about what happened 2 years ago. And now we're trying to get back into Damon Gant's office to perform one final crime scene investigation. And our key lies with Gumshoe here, who we think can let us in if we find convincing enough evidence, which I don't believe we have right now, so I'm gonna go search around. And speaking of evidence, guess what I caught while editing? Let's take a look-see at the Gant team picture, shall we? This completely passed over me last time, but take a look-see at the King of Prosecutors trophy. That's a chipped sword on that trophy. And the tip of it, that's chipped off, is shockingly similar to the quote-unquote murder weapon that killed Neil. And moreover, this photo was taken on the very day of Neil's death. I wonder what happened. How interesting. For indeed, the real King of Prosecutors trophy that we have with us, it doesn't have a knife. Well, why did I say real? They're both real. This is also the same trophy. It's just that it's missing the knife. The stone knife. So, let's take a look around. See what else we can find. Anything new here? What do you have to say to the Gant team picture? That'd be interesting. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything out of her. Okay. Ah, here we go. This is probably going to be Angel Star again. No one's here today. Not even Miss Star. Oh. Well, there you go. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Okay, maybe Edgeworth has some words of wisdom? I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. Nope. Oh. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. Thank God. Save me! What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Huh. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Like some people I don't have all day. Don't mind me. Just gonna look at... Just gonna take a look-see at what you wrote. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there, listening to us talk. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window out there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. Gentlemen, I think we found it. We found it, the most absurd scene in the first game. It's here. It's happening. He didn't even look. What letter of recommendation? If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Oh! No! Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Yeah, damn, okay. Damn. The reveal of what Lana said about providing fake evidence to nail down Joe Dark is really getting to him. Damn, okay, Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Yeah, show it to Gumshoe. Gumshoe's like best buddies with Edgeworth, even more than Phoenix is. That'll tell Gumshoe how serious this is and how we need to do everything to save Edgeworth. He's serious. Oh boy. Okay, Edgy. Talk to me about the forged evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as a prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. Hello, why is the slip of paper that Damon Gant shoved into his desk appearing right here? What do you mean? The list of evidence. It seems too short. Oh. Oh, you don't say. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, you just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Yeah. I guess I should show Edgeworth that picture, okay? Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this. Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Oh, He was asked to take something back. What was that? What was that? I remember he was asked to take some piece of evidence back by Damon Gant. I think it was the knife. No, that was found in the muffler. I forget what he was asked to bring back. Okay. Take something back? Oh, that's right. Of course. Okay, so Damon Gant asked... Yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? That's definitely the screwdriver from the case of Mia Fey, but... Closed half a year ago. Oh. No, half a year ago. Okay, no, it can't have been. It couldn't have been. Okay. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's a story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. Huh. I think it's clear that Damon Gant wanted Edgeworth and Edgeworth's car to be right here. Okay. After all, we know that, according to Jake's testimony, well, not his literal testimony, but what he told us yesterday, last video. What he told us in the last video was that, quote-unquote, they want to get rid of everyone involved in the SL9 incident. And so it seems it came time for Edgeworth's turn to be taken care of. Okay, let's show him that photo. No, yes. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. Gee, do tell. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling this to us? Oh! Is it something about that old Japanese fable about the salesman who sold the unbreakable shield and the unbreakable spear? The shield that could deflect any spear and the spear that could pierce any shield. So I think they're both broken by design. It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Oh, I think I'm right. Oh my god. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. Ah! I can't believe I knew this! In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters, shield and spear. Yeah, I have heard this story, Edgeworth. Oh my god. I just learned this like a week ago. What the hell, man? Me? Oh, sure? Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Smooth, right. Very well. Yeah, there's a merchant. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Those claims contradict each other. Okay, I now choose to believe that any time Phoenix Wright encounters any manner of contradiction in his life, he just gets hyped the hell up and just screams objection at it. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the word abolished. Chief Gant. Oh, baby. Okay, Edgeworth. You've been a very good boy. Thank you for all your help. Goodbye. To Gumshoe! Oh no. Excuse me. Please, no, I can't eat another bite, no! Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Raw roast beef? Miss Star. Guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. I have an unbridled fury for people who think that's weird. The farmers looked at the calves. They were like, hey, those calves drink their milk, they grow big and strong, let's get in on that. That's the logic. Deal with it. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Too right. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. No harm chatting with her. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, he must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her, Lana. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by that legendary duo. Yep. Lana and Chief Gant. So tell me what happened after the case closed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Wait. Okay, maybe I was just completely incorrect about Angel thinking Joe Dark was innocent. Whoops. How'd that even happen? Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. My take as well. She was being used. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, while Lana second in command. With Lana's second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism, in particular, was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? I see. I think we understand why Angel Star has a beef with Lana. Interesting. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. Yeah, exactly. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. A better chef than I've been. Okay. Have anything to say about this photo? I don't have anything else to tell you. Miss Star, the only thing I can give you now is the poppy seed rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this, and maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. Okay. Let's go have a quick chat with Gumshoe, shall we? Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. What? You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Well, what do you think of Edgeworth's letter of resignation? What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice too. But I know different now. Yeah, same here, buddy. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but we He betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they won't let you off the hook with just another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret. I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Nice. Alright, detective. Thank you. wonder what the ID number is. Oh, we can't see it. That still says Sergeant. Oh no, that's definitely Dick right there. That definitely says Dick Gumshoe. Cool. Huh. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. We're standing right in front of him. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is up a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. Nice, I'm glad I saw that. Okay. Oh, okay. Into Gant's office. Here we go. Ooh, it's dark and spooky in here. Someone turn on the light. Here it goes, Mr. Wright. Oh boy, we're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you two to bail me out. On you two, bail me out. Eek! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe! Phoenix. That's a bit of a delayed reaction. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket? What? Hey, don't do that to my card! What? I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. Oh boy. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant, and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Well, I want to still search. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on! Not so fast, buddy! Oh yeah, he was totally fishing. What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. And there you go, ignoring me again. Oh boy, sorry Gumshoe. Right, let's take a look around. Starting to the left, working our way right. Look at that giant window. It makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. No? This is the 15th floor. I know. I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that! That was dark, Phoenix. These shelves are mostly empty. None of us have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. It looks like it's just a flower. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Huh. Oh, whoops. This was Lana's desk. I'm sure it was tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff of legends are made of. Yeah. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Gee, you think? Well... Okay, what the hell is this organ? The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. Jesus! When a detective screws up, the Chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's beside the point. Whoa. What if Damon Gant is deaf, and his awkward long pauses are him realizing there are no more lips to read? Huh. That doesn't seem too likely. Now, what the hell did he put in that desk? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Yeah. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? This must be the list of stuff that Gant withheld. It has to be. I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Okay. Oh boy. What do you mean I can't read it? Oh. What? This is a drawing of what Emma saw, right? That's Joe, Dark, and Neil? I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now. No! Show it to her, you dingus! Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I'd better not forget about this picture. Okay... Odd? Very odd? The fuck? Okay, Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. We found this inside the drawer. A list of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? Better look a little more into this. Yeah, maybe we can go back to Edgeworth and show him this half, and we can get the other half. What's this safe? This is a safe, isn't it? Very astute, Phoenix. Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Oh lordy. A 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date? It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. We're in. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7 sevens. The final ID card number on that record. What? the number of the mysterious executive officer who entered that room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Night first. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it! I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes! You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Okay. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. Oh. Ah. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. Think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove that they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? I know how. Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. First, the vase. Gumshoe, where'd you go? Gumshoe? Gumshoe, are you... Hello? Where'd you go, Gumshoe? There's some dark red stains here, it's like blood. Did Gumshoe leave? I think he left. Okay. Oh, god damn it, I was in the examine phase. God damn it. I am such a dunce. Detective Gumshoe, can you just have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Those were the days. Sir, it was yesterday. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? mean this one that was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Hell yeah. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, to prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Okay, so there's no beating around the bush here. This is proof that Phoenix is carrying around that vase with him everywhere he goes, right? Silly. What is that? There, it fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this ajar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. Huh? There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Weird. And moreover, what's with his weird freaking handles? Huh. Weird, okay. Next, let's dust for prints. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. Maybe this guy should be fired. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle that powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Man, Phoenix is snarky, isn't he? Alright, let's get this over with. Get a nice, even coating. I should do it. Whoa. Huh, I gave it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? It doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay, might as well try all of them. That's good. Hello. No? Oh, come on. Surely this is good enough. There we are. Okay. It's not Gantz. Okay. It's Emma's? What? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey you, over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. But why? Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Okay. I mean, the cloth, the orange-colored cloth, it makes me want to think it's either from Gantz's garb or from something Neil wore, but I don't know. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Eek! Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright. Oh boy. Okay, Look, pal. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Oh boy. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing, not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now it's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Okay. Goodness. Okay. Well, I'd imagine once we're done talking to Lana here that we'll start the case part 3. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk to her. Let's run this episode a little long, shall we? I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth, it's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? Well, Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, you're addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was... me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. The unstable jar, for one. Oh. Yeah. This. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece, and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. I'd like to imagine that a security guard back there is quietly losing his shit. Just saying. In the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Bingo! I was dead on the money. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Lana made the swap, didn't she? She put that knife in the muffler, and she grabbed Edgeworth's knife from the trunk and put it in the same wound. The knife from the SL9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with the other knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in him. Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone in the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. yesterday. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Oh my god, guys, this is shaping up to be something incredible. I can feel it. Oh my god, I'm loving this. Oh boy. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 77's ID number is. That is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. Oh, Edgeworth! You and me, buddy. Let's double team Gant. You and me. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know is the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. You don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she is found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Now think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Oh, baby. The end is upon us. Oh my god. Well. Everything is riding on this. Edgeworth's career, the innocence of Lana, the truth of what happened to Joe Dark and Neil Marshall. Everything's coming to light. I don't know how those wizards at Capcom did it, but man, they pulled off another case 4. You know, with Von Karma. What with how all interconnected this is to the character's past. Not only did they do that, but they made it believable and likable. Like, this doesn't even feel like it's just trying to be a Case 4 2.0. No, this is a whole nother beast, and it is very well done. Very lengthy, but very well done. Oh my god. Gentlemen, I think since this is gonna be the finale of the first game, maybe I want to do an extra long video next time to just wrap everything up from here on. But, I don't know, maybe we have another 2 or 3 hours ahead of us, I don't know. I'll see what I want to do, so... Well, this has been Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I've been Zephyr the Jester. I thank you for watching, and hopefully I will catch you next time, because next time is going to be one heck of a ride. Take care.